it's the people with the power and the money who are making a big effort to discourage people from voting.
Former Democratic Florida State Senator Arthenia Joyner spent years in politics and is well known for her contribution to the fight for civil rights in the early 1960s. She was involved in helping to desegregate lunch counters in Tampa and took part in sit-ins.
You and I, as a white man and a black woman, we could not go in Woolworths and sit down together and have a meal.
Based on what she's learned from her long career in civil rights, she says the SAVE Act is a form of voter suppression.
Years ago and now, it's before it was poll tax and literacy tests, and now it's requiring you to have a passport. Well, so many Americans don't have passports, and others can't afford it.
The SAVE Act would require states to obtain documentary proof of U.S. citizenship, whether a passport or birth certificate, and would require in-person registration.
This is how we ensure that the voices of every American are heard and that they are protected at the ballot box.
Florida Congresswoman Laura Lee is a co-sponsor of the SAVE Act.
It isn't, because we have states around the country who are first off, allowing non-citizens to vote in local and municipal elections, but oftentimes they don't keep two separate voter rolls. So from a practical perspective, it's very hard to distinguish between citizens and non-citizens if they're making distinctions between state and federal elections.
Opponents of the bill say it could make it harder for married women to register if their last name doesn't match their birth certificate. They also say many people don't have access to a passport or birth certificate, and that it could be too costly to get the documents. Congresswoman Lee disagrees.
Our supervisors of election work very hard to ensure that all voters have access to voting, have access to registering. Many of them will go out into communities and do registration drives, provide many opportunities to ensure that they're meeting voters where they are and providing those resources.
But Joyner says the SAVE Act would suppress votes, that it's not needed. It only hurts the less fortunate.
It's terrible. It's a monster. It's a purge. It is, to me, just a universal law that they want to enact to totally discourage voting.
With Republicans' majority in the House and Senate, the bill does have a good chance of passing, according to Congresswoman Lee. How it will impact future elections is still up for debate. Jeff Van Sant, Spectrum News.